All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for typing in the chat where you're zooming in from and for making me laugh and starting this off on such a fun note. Welcome to everybody. If you're able to come on camera, we love to see your faces. I try to zoom or mute everyone, but if you come unmuted for any reason, please just mute yourself so we have a nice clean recording, because there are a lot of people that actually watch this after the fact, and I really, really appreciate those of you that get on live with us, because it's just more fun when you can be here live. I can see all of your beautiful faces and we can participate together. And tonight's going to be a little more of a work session. So if you don't have paper and pen handy, or for those of you that like to do your notes on your phone, have that handy, iPad, whatever, we're going to do a little bit of a work session tonight. So if you didn't see what I posted in the Synergy page, don't worry, nothing to stress about. I'll explain everything to you. But I really want this to be a session where you walk away with kind of a game plan with what you need to do. All right, let me just make sure all the lines are muted. Oop. All right. Great. All right, so first things first, everybody should know, we've been talking about it about every single week. This is it. This is our push week, last week for executive. And so I did a post, I did a live video in the Synergy team page today. And I know a lot of you guys have are on team pages of your own. So Synergy is like the big business page for all of us. And that's where obviously I get to share with you guys. And so I put a live video in there today. I'm going to be doing some videos throughout the week, some extra incentives to really recognize the behaviors that you need to do in order to hit Crystal Executive. And most of you all know what the goal is here: to have 10 paid as consultants, 5 on the left, 5 on the right, to get all the perks and benefits of Crystal Executive. So for those of you that are either going for the reset, you're already an executive, you're trying to get paid back to paid as, for those of you that are trying to hit it for maybe the very first time and you're seeking that Crystal Executive title, the bonus money, type in the chat what you have left to do. And this was the homework in the Synergy page, so I'm duplicating it. Make sure if you didn't do that already, go to my live video. You were to write how many consultants you needed in there and that you're going for it, and I'm going to do a prize right from that. So that's not even action related. You just needed to commit, put your hand up and say, I'm going for it. So I really know who's going for it and I can cheer you on. So I want to know who's going for it, what you need left to do. You guys know, right on our very own team, we have Richard Lynn, who promoted 8 new consultants in 1 week. I know of people who have rank advanced 10 in 1 week. It can be done. PK Smith trains how to rank advanced 10 consultants in 1 launch party. It can be done. So I really want you guys, if you've been really wanting this, if this has been on your heart, if you're really wanting to help 10 people, I want to know who's really going for this. Who do we have left? One of the perks that I always do at Celebration is we usually do something special for our executives. And it's because that is really where people can start to see some financial freedom. Right now that you guys get an extra $10,000 a month for being paid as executive, that's huge. I talked to someone today that said that $10,000 is really what they need. They lost $10,000 in revenue from their job, and they need to replace that. It wasn't today, it was last week. And so that's why they're going for this goal, because they need to replace that $10,000 of income lost. So I want this for you guys. I want you to be able to get your products. Think about it. You have 10 consultants. That's 10 people you're helping to eat for free. And so at our conferences, we usually have a party, a gathering. We've done things like I rented a yacht one time at Lake Las Vegas, and we had a party on the yacht. We do special gifts, different things for people. And since we're not together this year, the wonderful Zoe Scott, I see her just popping in. Say hi, Zoe. Zoe helped me find this beautiful handmade gift from Etsy. And it's a Bia cooler, and it is the cutest doggone thing. I just got mine today, and we personalized it with your name and that you're executive. And I placed 1 order for everybody who was already paid as. So I'm going to wait until July 12th till this deadline for our new executives and anyone that gets back to paid as. Look at Cody. It froze with that picture. And I'm going to place another order for these. So I'm hoping that I keep Zoe super busy helping me order a whole bunch more of these because they're just adorable. My daughter's like, I probably shouldn't say this because she's not 21 yet, but she's like, I need one of those for White Claw. They would fit White Claws. I'm like, yeah, they fit a few drinks. They don't fit Susan Wheeler's favorite drink, which I think she's even looking to see if this lady makes them in her size. I'm not supposed to share that. Do you not want people to know about your drink because it's going to sell out?
It's alcohol.
Oh, yeah, we are not supposed to do that. Everything in moderation, folks. All right, moving on. So make sure you tune into Synergy this week. Be present with those live videos I'm doing. Tag your team members. If you've got people that are trying to rank advance, make sure they know about it as well. All right. So the thing I wanted to talk about tonight, I hope many of you are following Eric Coover and all the excitement around 2.0. And we're going to get all of the unveilings in less than 2 weeks now at Celebration online, which is free to all of you. Make sure all of your clients know about this. This isn't something that is just for us as business builders. We want our product users to tune in on Friday night when we talk about all the new products. We want them to hear about the new companies we're launching in. We want them to get excited about maybe some of the breakouts on Saturday. So make sure you guys are inviting everybody to tune in to that free event as well. But Eric did a great video last night, and I'm just going to share my screen with you and show you. I'm not going to show you the video because I did share that already in the group, but I'm just going to share with you if I can find it here. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So I don't know how many of you guys got to watch this, but this is the video that he did. And he actually shared his personal story on this. And what was so impressive to me is he talked about Isagenix is going big, and they're making all of these changes. They've invested, I can't even imagine how many millions of dollars in upgrading our technology, enhancing our packaging, making our product line even cleaner. You'll see more products certified organic and non-GMO. We acquired Zija. We're getting all these new plant-based products. So they're doing their job. And basically, Eric was saying, we need to do our job. We need to be, we need to go 2.0 with ourselves, with our own mindset. And I loved this. And you guys know I'm a huge mindset person. So when I saw this video last night, I'm like, that is exactly what I want to train on. So I'm not going to go over his and his video because you guys can watch that and check that out for yourselves. But I am going to be vulnerable, and I'm going to share with you mine. And then we're going to work on this together because I want you guys to see the power in this. All right. So for me, I did a live video on my wall today, and I think people think because I've had the level of success I've had, because I've gone through this certification process of being a certified mindset coach. I did that with Susan, John, and Tyler, and we're all certified. People think we don't have bad days. We don't get discouraged. We don't maybe have setbacks. And it's really wrong, you guys. We're humans, and we have all of the same issues that everyone has. So when I was thinking about this, you know, where I'm at now, my 1.0 version of Cindy Walter, and then where I want to be, I'm sharing with you guys from my heart some things that I struggle with. So I have insecurities just like the rest of you guys. I am going to be 52 this month. I am in this phase of life where I'm struggling with hormonal issues, and I won't go into details. But, you know, I have insecurities myself, and I struggle with them. And so what I've had to do is really step back and figure out how can I deal with these insecurities, because I don't want them showing up. I really want to be able to overcome them, because the more struggles I learn to overcome, the better coach I am to you when you go through them. So when it's things like rejection, hitting objections, I was texting with one of our team members on the call tonight about hitting a wall, and he was like, I've hit a few walls lately. I'm like, I've hit 100 walls. I mean, wall after wall after wall. If I don't have these issues and I don't learn how to work through them, I can't help you guys work for them. So I'm thankful and grateful for everything I struggle with and all the issues I have, because I learned how to overcome them, and then I can teach you. So for me, my 2.0 version of Cindy is, I want to be bulletproof. I don't want to have insecurities. I want to be able to, get through every season of my life with grace and be able to just be so strong and steadfast. So 2.0 version of me. Overwhelmed. This is something I remember hiring a coach when I was first new with Isagenix. And we worked on this because I would go around saying I'm so overwhelmed, and he made me write overwhelmed, put an X through it, and put it on a sticky note on my computer. And I really was not allowed to say it. And I wrote it here for you. I don't walk around saying that now, but I tend to want to help everyone. I tend to overextend myself, and it's because I love what I do so very much that I do it to myself. No one does this to me. This is no one's fault. This is something I take full responsibility for, but I tend to put too much on my plate, and I really struggle with relaxing. And my family knows this. All of my friends know this. People know that, it's very hard for me to sit and read a book for pure pleasure. If I'm reading, it is personal development. It is typically with earphones on while I'm running, so I can kill two birds with one stone. Many of you probably are saying, you're talking about me right now. So the 2.0 version of me is going to learn to relax more. And that's one of the big reasons I'm going through this yoga certification right now, because I really want it to be part of who I am. I want to be relaxed. I want to come across very calm and not overwhelmed, because this is the thing. If we walk around in a frenzy all the time and we're overwhelmed, we're not attractive to other people, and they're not going to want to do what we do because we're overwhelmed in a state of craziness all the time. We want to be like, we work hard, but we play hard, and we know how to relax, and that's more attractive. So that's me as a 2.0. I'm a big dreamer. I'm absolutely a big dreamer. And I've learned to, as I've hit each goal in my business, I've learned to stretch myself a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And I remember Richard Lynn, when he hit executive, one of his big questions for me is like, okay, I'm here, what's next? And how many of you guys have had that feeling where you hit one of your goals in your business or in your life, and it's like, okay, what's next? What's next? So I really want to go from being a big dreamer to being a global dreamer. When I found out about all these countries that we're expanding in, you guys, we've been expanding in one country a year since I've been with Isagenix. This global expansion that we're getting ready to do is so flipping amazing. I hope you are excited. I hope all of you have gotten in there and bought your international sponsorship. I hope you're reaching out to people, asking them if they have anyone that they know in different countries, because I want you guys to be able to make a difference for people in different countries and be able to help people, not just locally, not just here in the US, but globally, really thinking so much larger than your backyard. So that's another one for me. Believe it or not, after all of my years of training, I still struggle with worrying about what other people think. I'm so much better, you guys. I have grown in this category so much. I'm so proud of how far I've come, but every once in a while, this one gets me. And, it's normal, it's human, we're hardwired this way, but I really want to get this to a point where it really never gets me, and that I am just so focused on serving other people that if I get a negative comment on a post, or someone sends me a message, or you guys have heard my story about the hate letter I got in the mail, snail mail, when something like that happens to me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that at all. I'm not going to let anyone affect what I am called to do, what my purpose is. And my purpose is to be here on this earth serving as many people as I possibly can. Bam. I'm so fired up on that one. All right, motivation. Like I'm highly, highly motivated, but certainly in the last few months, it's gotten a little stagnant, and I'm sitting here looking at my business, and I'm definitely getting back into growth mode, but I want to be so stinking fired up. And I realize that the way we can stay motivated, have accountability partners, for sure, that's a huge help. Showing up for these team calls, getting on these calls, you guys, reaching out to your team, doing things together. So many different ways to keep your motivation up, but redefining your why at least once a year is so, so important. Figuring out, like, my why has changed. Many of you guys know my first why was just to not have to ask my husband for money when I wanted to do special things for my kids. If I wanted to take them for a weekend to the zoo, to the science center when they were little, and really splurge and have fun and stay in a hotel, I could do it and not have to flinch about it. And so then it got bigger. Then it was like I wanted to help my husband with college funds, and I wanted to contribute money into the kids' college funds. Then it was to give my husband the opportunity for him, the choice for him to work full time with me if he wanted to, which I think he might be doing pretty soon. I'll keep you posted. He's right behind me, so that's why I had to say that. And so I've just had to redefine my why. And, part of my purpose has really changed, attracting all of these millennials to my team now, and seeing so many young people that were in similar positions that I was in at their age. It's really redefined my why. I really want to help these young people not be 52 figuring this stuff out. I want them figuring it out when they're in their 20s and nailing it and just being so, so super successful. So my why has changed. And the last one, seeking growth. Growth is something that to me is non-negotiable. And these might be some of the ones you guys are going to write down tonight. You might, and don't feel bad if these are a lot of yours and you literally copy what I'm doing here. But seeking growth, and I've always sought growth. This is not new to me at all, but really thinking about, and I train on this all the time, you guys, up leveling your tribe, the people that you're spending with, really looking at, is it a mutual relationship? Are they giving to you as much as you're giving to them? Are you encouraging each other? Are you uplifting each other? Are you really pushing each other to reach for more, strive for more? I want that for my children. Like their whole lives, I've prayed for boyfriends and girlfriends, spouses to come into their lives that will make them a better person. Are your friends, your circle of five, your tribe, are they making you a better human? So really thinking about that. My 2.0 version is going to be even better. It's just going to keep getting better and better and better. So what I'm going to do is try to figure out how to play some music here for a few minutes. And what I want you guys to do is this activity for your very self. I want you to take a notepad, however you guys want to do this. I want you to think about where you are right now and what do you want your 2.0 version of yourself to look like. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes, and then I want to have some shares after we're done with this. So I'm going to mute here. Well, stop talking and try to play some music for you here so you can do that for a few minutes.
Michael's mega clearance event is going on now. Up to 70% off.
So keep your head high, looking at the night sky, and now we're running echo. So keep your head high, looking at the night sky, and now we're running.
All right, I'm going to give you about 1 more minute. All right, if you guys can finish up. I know you may not be completely done with the exercise. It's something you guys can definitely work on. You might want to type it up on something nice, print it out, put it on a vision board, put it on a dry erase board in your office, something like that. But what I'd love for you to do is I'd love to have a couple people. You don't need to share all of them, but maybe your most important one. Like when I look at mine, there's one that really stands out for me. And I'm like, that's the one I'm tackling first. That's the most important one for me to work on first. So can we get a couple people to share? And if there's some of you that, you know, maybe aren't able to share, you're not able to be on camera or something, if you want to type in the chat too, that's awesome, because I'll read everything and get the chat after the fact. And I'm going to reach out to every single one of you who said you're going for executive. I'm going to be reaching out to you. So I want you to know that as well. But would anyone like to share with me? Yeah, go ahead, Zoe. Just unmute yourself when you're ready.
Okay, so 1.0 Zoe, one of the things is she is run by her emotions, I feel like a lot of the time. And I kind of, sometimes I'll get upset about something, it'll take me out for a day, sometimes it'll take me out for a week, and I just let it completely ruin like a perfectly good day or a week. And so 2.0 Zoe is in control of her mind and her body and her emotions all the time. And so that's one thing I think just in the past month, I've been a lot better about that, but that's 2.0 Zoe.
Boy, I bet if I asked everybody how many of you guys deal with that one, lots of hands would go up. That is such a common one. And I think too, we get better with age and wisdom, Zoe. That's something that we get better with, but that's what I love about all of you young people doing this. You're going to learn it at a much younger age than I did. So I love that. Great share. Who else? Let's take a few more. Yes, Renee, go ahead.
So 1.0 is using the words need and should way too often. And 2.0 is changing that to commit to, deserve, and require.
Ooh. One of the things I learned, I know there's people that aren't Jeffrey Combs fans, but he really was instrumental with me when I needed help with stuff like that. And he had me take words like that and get them out of my vocabulary. And every word that I said, when I would say things like but or you know, anything negative, he made me write it, make a big X, and I would have it on my computer. So when I was doing calls, I would see it and I would not say those words. So yes, your words are your truth. What you say, you bring about. What you think about and say, you bring about. So good.
I've already gotten rid of the word just. No more just anything. That one's gone. That's been gone for about a year.
That's
so
awesome.
That one works too.
Perfect. Awesome. Who's next?
I have two that kind of like, I feel my heart race when I think about it.
Yeah, share.
So 1.0 is compare. Like, I know I shouldn't in the company and just as a Christian, I shouldn't compare, but oh my Lord. So 2.0, I want to turn that into celebrate other people, celebrate myself. And then the other one that's kind of a big deal for me is I hesitate.
Okay.
And 2.0, I want it to be, I name it and I face it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And honestly, guys, never ever feel bad if you're emotional about things like this, because when you are, oh my gosh, that is the drive. So it's good to have emotion around your why. It's good to have things that just fire you up. And, you know, that is so true. And, you know, sometimes people do get into that, procrastination. And, you know, when something comes to you, I don't believe in coincidence. If something pops in your head and you think about reaching out to someone, even if they're on your chicken list, just do it. Do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 Mel Robbins technique and just do it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it, watch her. She just, by the time you do her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can't talk yourself out of it. You just do it. So it's kind of like me and my husband and I, if we don't feel like working out in the morning, we make our pre-workout drink. We're not going to waste it. So we make the drink and then therefore we're going to work out. We know it's going to force us to go through and work out so we don't waste the drink. So same concept. Awesome. Awesome share. Couple more.
Hey, Cindy.
Yeah. Hey, Christy.
Hey, so my big thing that I realize is that I really struggle with limited self-worth about myself, and realizing that my 2.0 version is to develop a deeper sense of trust with myself and to check in with my higher self before making decisions. I am not doing that. So it seems to shut me down, lock me down, get the hormonal stuff going, and can't handle it. And then on top of it, then it's hesitant to make decisions is my 1.0. And now I need to trust myself and learn to let go of the outcome and just do it. So doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just doing it and not worrying about what's out there as long as I made the attempt.
Absolutely. So good. And this is the thing, when you guys share these, there's so many people that have the same ones and they're like, oh, I was going to share, but she said the exact same thing I was going to say. How many of you, raise your hand, those of you that are on camera, fall into the comparison trap? How many? We all do it, you guys. I can even do it sometimes. But this is the thing. I loved how Sierra, I can't remember if this was the word you used, but instead of compare, did you say celebrate? Was it celebrate? And I have such a perfect example of this. Sharon, it was Robinson, Sharon Ray on our team. I've known her for a million years. We worked on in our last company together. I remember early on, one of the things she said to me, and I loved and it stuck with me. She's like, I never get jealous and envious when I see people that are hitting executive quicker than me or making more money than me, cycling more than me. They're hitting 6 figures before me. She said, that just fires me up. If they can do it, so can I. That's the attitude I want you guys to have. Why not you? Why not you? Every single one of you are worthy of the success. Every single one of you are deserving of the success. If other people can do it, and you're willing to learn the skills to do it, you're willing to put that time in, be consistent, show up, you can have it too. Why not you? Awesome. All right, let's take 2 more.
I'll go.
Who is that?
Tayani.
Tayani, hello.
Hello. Okay, so one of the things that I really struggle with is setting goals. I'm terrible at it. So that's my 1.0. My 2.0 is I'm going to be a great goal setter and an achiever of those goals.
Yep, that's great. And so much of it is in the words we use. You know, we were talking about words. So, you know, you're admitting that to me at this point. Now, from now on, don't say I'm a terrible goal setter. When you speak about goals, you say the 2.0 version. I set goals, I conquer goals, I crush my goals. You know, we have to speak that into existence and tell people what your 2.0 goals are so they can hold you accountable to them. You know, definitely find people on the same page as you, share your goals, let them hold you accountable. Awesome. Awesome. One more.
I'll go.
Oh, 2 people spoke up. I'll take 2. Go ahead.
I'll go. No one else wants to go.
Go ahead, Kira.
So I have 2 that kind of go hand in hand. So for 1.0, I'm really bad with like staying consistent, both in the business and with my own personal motivation. So for 2.0, really learn to motivate myself and not rely on other people to motivate me. And as far as the business is concerned, like going full time, like going all in and saying that I get to do this instead of like, oh, I have to do this.
Oh, the best word shift ever. I get to is so huge. And guys, it's so true. It's what a blessing this is. We get to do this. We get to change people's lives. We have products that are life changing. We get to help people get their products paid for. We get to help people get their groceries for free. We get to help people pay off student loan debt, pay their mortgages. We get to. Yeah, great word shift. That's awesome. All right, I heard one more guy pipe in there. Who was that?
I was gonna share quick.
Yeah, Tyler.
It's funny. I'll go through this real quick, but I wrote down 3 or 4, and then I realized that the last one I wrote would take away all of these. So I wrote down that 1.0 me goes through cycles of really good growth, and then I get burnt out. I wrote that 1.0 me always has to be the smartest one in the room. I wrote 1.0 me enrolls mostly people I already know. And I wrote that 1.0 me just kind of, I grit and bear my way through life rather than enjoying every day. And the last one I wrote is 1.0 me is the engine that brings growth. I'm the one that causes growth. If I show up every day and I work really hard and I'm motivated and I motivate others, then things move forward. And if I don't, things don't move forward. 2.0 me, I'm going to build new engines, and they're going to be the engines that bring it forth, which means we're just going to take care of all these things. If I'm not gritting and bearing my way through life, if I'm free and open and I'm not just enrolling people I already know, I'm looking for people better than me, I'm not the smartest one in the room, and I'm teaching others and raising up others, I'm not the engine that brings growth, but I'm building other engines that bring growth. All the other things that I want to get rid of will go away. So I'm focused on finding people better than me and teaching them how to be rock stars in this business in 2.0.
Yeah, that's so true. And, that's one of the things that, I've learned in all of my listening to great speakers through the years. And I've heard so many really, really good ones. And, they say you want to attract people who are better than you. So like for me, my gifting, and, I was telling Kara, to really work on those words that we're saying, my gifting is I am not good with numbers. I am not good with taxes. I am not good with any of that. Thank God I attracted my husband who is. He's good at all of those things. So you want to attract people into your business who are, maybe you attract someone who's better on social media than you, and they can really help you with that. Maybe you attract someone that, maybe you're a little more introverted and you attract someone who is the life of every party. They walk in a room and people are magnetized to them, and they can help you with that, help you learn the skills around that. So that's awesome. Great shares. And I'm sure there's so many more. We could do this for an hour, but really want you guys to spend some time on this. If you completed the activity tonight, good. If there's one, like Tyler said, that one kind of encompassed everything, write it out. Put it somewhere, put it on your computer, have it be an alarm that you get a message every single day with it to remind you, because this is the deal. We've got all the tools in place. We're going to have amazing new products. The company is just getting better and better and better, and they're working so tirelessly to bring us Isagenix 2.0. So we need to work tirelessly on ourselves if we want to have the next level of success in our business. So that's what I encourage all of you. And for those of you going for executive and going 2.0 in your businesses this week, I will be reaching out to you. I want to hear from you. I want to, offer any extra assistance that you need. I want to be able to send a lot more of these babies out before the end of July hits. And I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for getting on the call. Thank you for sharing, for doing the work. If this is an activity that you guys enjoyed, and maybe you have some team members that weren't on tonight, do this with them. Do this with them, because I think it really will go a long way to help you grow in your business. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great night.